Hello. And so here we are now at video 3 of your second module. And in this one, we're going to continue moving through the define stage of design thinking. So this is where we are now. Again, ideation comes in a little while. So we're moving from the empathy stage into define. And what I asked you to do at the end of the previous video was to get all of the information you'd gathered about litter, any insights down onto Post-it notes. And I suggested you could either use real Post-it notes or virtual ones, that you then put those Post-it notes onto a wall, move them around. I'm trying to put them into groups where there are similar bits of information or they fit within a theme of some sort. And then they gave each of those groups, each of those clusters, a headline. So what we're going to do now is to take a little step back. And this is really all about trying to identify what needs have emerged from your empathy work, what problems to be solved might there be, and of course, who has them. So what I'd like you to do is to identify an interesting insight or problem area from your empathy stage. This could be represented by one of those clusters, one of those groups, one of those themes that you ended up with from the last video. And I think, again, to say this isn't an exact science. It's a bit of a messy process, but it is all about taking the little step back to think about what problems have emerged, what needs might there be. And of course, you want to try to make sure to define a specific user. So who is it that has this need? Who experiences this problem? So you're defining a specific problem to be solved, a specific need for an individual group of individuals. We're not trying to solve every single litter problem for every single human being on Earth in every single country, but it's about getting that focus. Who has a problem to be solved? Who has a specific need? Who is it, and what is their specific need? And it can be really helpful to frame these problems, these opportunity areas, opportunities then to come up with a solution as a point of view statement. So of course, you want to make sure to include your user. Who is it who has a specific need? What do they need a way to? Do they need a better this or a better way to do that? And then the because bit is the why. What is it that you learned in empathy that makes you think this is a problem that should be solved? I think if we reflect back, module 1, the example that we started this with, the toothbrush for a toddler, and a problem statement, a point of view statement that could have been created in relation to this is that toddlers need a toothbrush that is easier to maneuver because their hands aren't very dexterous and they keep dropping their toothbrush on the ground. So you've got your user group there, the toddlers, they're the people that you're designing for. You've got their need, which the designers learned, was for a toothbrush that is easier to maneuver because their hands aren't very dexterous. This is a key insight. This is the why. So they keep dropping their toothbrush on the ground. Give you a couple more examples. So if we were designing an umbrella, say we wanted to design a better umbrella. Here's one example of a point of view statement, a problem statement. People need a better umbrella because a lot of people don't like their umbrellas today. So maybe pause for a moment and think, this problem statement, is it too specific? Is it too broad? Or is it just right? I would suggest that this problem statement, this point of view statement, is a little bit too broad. This is kind of like the people in the world need a better umbrella, and the why bit, that kind of key insight bit, just that they don't like them. I think if you were try to come up with solutions to this, you probably not really know where to start. It's a little bit too general. On the other hand, a problem statement, 3-year-olds need an umbrella with a frozen theme because they don't like using boring umbrellas. 3-year-olds need an umbrella with the frozen theme because they don't like using boring umbrellas. This one, I would say, is probably a little bit too specific. This might even be somebody or a team who already has in mind that they want to design a Frozen themed umbrella, and they've almost retrofitted that solution into this problem statement to support that. So this one I'd say is a little bit too specific. The solution is kind of contained within the problem statement itself, and that's not really what we want. Here's two more examples, and I think these are getting closer to the just right territory. Toddlers need an umbrella that somehow engages them because they don't like using boring umbrellas. Another problem statement with same actually identical user group, toddlers need an umbrella they can physically manage because adult umbrellas are too big and heavy for them. So here are two problem statements. Again, similar group, toddlers, similar focus on the user, but the needs are different. The needs and the whys, the underlying why, the underlying key insight is different. So with each of these, you are to imagine trying to come up with solutions to either of them. I'm guessing that you'd be able to come up with a number of diverse, distinct solutions. And that's a sign of a good problem statement. If you're able to come up with lots and lots, we talk about going for volume, of course, in ideation, lots of distinct and diverse solutions to the problem statement. So definitely you want to be able to come up with more than 1, 2, or 3 solutions to a problem statement. Some good ways to sense check your problem statement once you've got a working draft. Is it human-centered? Is there a specific user, a person, group of people defined? Is it broad enough to allow for a robust brainstorming solution session? So again, that you're able to come up with multiple distinct, diverse solutions to it. Kind of along with that, making sure that you can think of more than one solution to it. Or is it only focused on the implementation of one solution? So again, making sure that your solution isn't kind of contained within the problem statement itself. While it's good to be able to come with lots and lots of different solutions, making sure that it's also focused enough that you're not trying to solve too many problems at once, that everybody in the world needs a better umbrella because they don't like their umbrellas. So that's the define stage. And what I'm going to leave you with as your task for this video is to use the framework provided. So to use that point of view statement template, come up with a problem statement, again, also sometimes called the point of view statement, in relation to the empathy work you did for your litter challenge. So you've got all of your Post-it notes, hopefully, all of your clusters, all of the headlines on them, and now it's time to take a step back and think about your user, their specific need, and sort of what you learned in empathy that makes you think this is a problem worth solving. And that's just a little reminder of what this point of view statement looks like, the template for that. And I will leave you with that.